My name is Joseph Daniels. We'll talk more of that when Anderson comes here. So just maybe those of you who could not get through, you'll be able to reach us when Anderson comes. Okay, so this morning, let's go straight into it. We have with us Taweh Johnson, the Executive Director of the Campaigners Against Misinformation and Disinformation in Liberia, a leading fact-checking organization that has been at the forefront of helping to combat falsehood and misinformation in an era where misleading narratives can shape public opinion and decision making. Their work has been critical in ensuring accurate information reaches the public and training people as well how to know about misinformation. And this morning, we will delve into major incidents and events in Liberia during the 2024 year that have been marked by misinformation. We'll explore on how these forces will spread, their impact on society, and what can be done to promote truth in our information ecosystem. I have with me Taweh Johnson. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Joseph. Compliments of the season. Thank you for inviting me. Good morning to all of our listeners and online viewers. Compliments of the season. Merry Christmas. And let me wish you a fruitful 2025.
That's great. Thank you. Wish you the same, Taweh. I've brought you here before. We talked about some of the issues, and I always like bringing it because we continue to see the increasing trend in the spread of mis and disinformation in our society, and we usually reflect on how it is impacting us. But let's begin with your organization. Maybe a lot of people who don't know about it and what you're into and what have you been able to do throughout this year.
Thank you, Joseph. I am Taweh Johnson. I am the founder and executive director of Campaigners Against Misinformation and Disinformation in Liberia. This is a registered non-profit improving community resilience to false information. Now, in 2024, we were able to do a lot. When the year started, we decided to release a misinfo and disinfo music, and that music is meant to enlighten citizens on the danger of false information in Liberia. We are currently using that music to carry out our media literacy campaign. So 2024, we did that. We released a misinfo and disinfo music. Now, what we also did was we launched a big media literacy campaign across Montserrat County. We engaged 9 intellectual centers because these are places where people go to get information daily. We also engaged 7 universities and 1 rural city, Bento, in rural Montserrat County. Now, these citizens were enlightened on the danger of false information in Liberia. They also learned tools to verify online information. And besides, they also learned steps to verify online information. I'm happy to inform you that as a result of this initiative, we were able to engage over 500 Liberians. Besides, in April of this year, the U.S. Embassy in Monrovia recognized us as one of the champions maintaining the information landscape in Liberia, maintaining the integrity of the information landscape in Liberia. Besides, Joseph, just weeks ago, we trained over 70 Africans from 24 African countries on media literacy and disinformation. These Africans learn how to use media literacy to combat disinformation in Liberia, and this was organized by DCN Global with support from the US State Department. Now, let me also inform the public that as a result of our work in Liberia over the years, I was selected, Taweh Johnson, Executive Director of Campaigners Against Misinformation and Disinformation, was elected to serve as the local consultant for the Global Affairs Canada and the National Democratic Institute Social Impact Assessment on Disinformation in Liberia. We look forward to doing a lot in 2025. So these are things we've been able to do in 2024.
That's great. We'll talk a little later in the program about what you plan on doing in 2025. But I could start with the spread of misinformation in 2024. From your viewing of the landscape, looking at issues, what can you point to was some of the information that was shared in 2024 that really turned out to be misleading?
Now let's begin. You recall the standoff between supporters of the CDC
Mm-hmm.
and the police in August at the headquarters of the CDC. There were reports on social media that people were killed,
Yeah.
and up to today, there is no evidence to show that people were killed. False information. Now, coming to another one, you also recall Royal Air Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
According to information on social media, that the flight crashed.
Yeah.
You recall that?
At the RI.
Yes, that was a false information. The Liberia Airport Authority came out with a statement that the flight veered off the runway and it was grounded and it has some technical problems. False information. You recall the Independence Day orators uh, statement, I can say oration, Dr. Raptel Pillay.
Right.
After her oration, the U.S. Embassy decided to upgrade their visa application system. It came out with the information, but most people, the U.S. Embassy at the time was not clear as to why they were doing this.
Mm.
But most people linked her oration
To
to
the decision at the
yes,
embassy.
at the embassy. But the embassy later came out to clarify.
And that was because they were changing from one system
Yes.
to another.
Yes.
And that came out.
So there are many as we go on. We can list many others.
Okay.
Just recently,
Mhm.
the MCC, the compact,
Mhm.
there was information on social media that the government has won 500 million. Can you imagine? Now, no, it was later confirmed that the country is now eligible to apply for another compact. Besides, the recent one that just took place, the protest that took place on December 17th, we saw protesters, protesting for different reasons, and we also saw posts. There were pictures circulating on social media
Mhm.
claiming that protesters were killed. Now, some of these images were from protests that took place in the past. For example, the June 7th protest.
Mhm.
There was an image there that was from the June 7th
June 7th
protest.
protest.
Yes, and other protests. And there was also an image there from Sierra Leone. So people were trying to paint the picture that the police killed protesters. But the Liberia National Police had a press conference and they stated that no one was killed, but people were injured and also people were incarcerated.
Okay, let's begin with the first incident you cited at the CDC headquarters. There are also reports then that live rounds were fired, that the police sent in grenade because I hosted Alvin. We said one of the officials of the CDC said that, and I challenged him on it. He said he was going to bring evidence to what actually happened. He did not give me that up to now. That's also false information.
Exactly.
What's the impact of those kind of information on the country and its people?
Now, you see, Joseph, what that can do, it drives away potential investors from the country because you're trying to paint the country in a very demeaning manner. And most people who have the resources to come and invest will be afraid that the country is no longer peaceful. Every day there's protests, and when the protest is held, people die. And most people don't want to invest their resources in a very unstable environment. So that drives potential investors away. So that's why we have to be cautious on the information we put out, on the information we send out on Facebook. Make sure the information you put out on Facebook is accurate. You have evidence to support what you've posted instead of just, misleading the public and writing claims that you cannot substantiate. Yeah.
Okay, and during the festive season, we usually see sometimes these links about giveaway. There's this, package that this official is offering or this organization. I remember some of the institutions even came out to make some clarity that they were not giving such giveaways. What's the impact on the people, on Liberians who may come across some of those links and they do not have ideas of what actually it is?
Thank you, Joseph. So predominantly in 2024, those those kind of such a report or links. In fact, we can say they were predominant during 2024. You had information with links. Click this link, put in your information, you get this amount. Joseph Parker is giving Teta.
Yeah.
He and his wife. Click this link, you will get scholarship from the Ministry of Education. So in 2024, we saw a lot of that, and that circulated via WhatsApp, and people kept sharing. Some people were misled, other people put in their information. That is intended to mislead people. I was on this radio
It,
few
it, it,
months
does, it
ago.
also have intent.
It does. So one of the reasons people do that sometimes is to achieve their own objectives. So take for instance, someone will tell you, okay, have you listened to the people who at OKFM does that? Give away, cash giveaway. Sometimes when someone wins, someone will call and tell them, oh yeah, I send you the money and you need to send me something, false information. So people do that to benefit. People put out false information to benefit from the false information and to mislead people to be able to get something in return. So that is one of the intentions.
That's good. So now, in Liberia, we have a fast growing media space, especially social media, of which is fueling the issue of missing disinformation in the country. What are some of those platforms on social media that those information are really shared on, and how should we approach it as people? How can we actually, you know, uh, be careful in going about in detecting false information?
Now there are many ways. So when you come across a post on social media, the first thing you need to do is to pause. You stop to understand the post, read the post. Or if someone brings an information to you, you tell the person to explain it again so that you can understand. Most people in Liberia, when they see an information on social media, you know what they do first? They share it right away. They don't wait to even read it carefully to understand the information. Yes. So I gave you an example. I posted on social media a few days ago about a trip to another country many years ago, 8 years ago. Someone called me and said, "Oh, welcome back, oh." So I asked, I said, "Oh, you didn't read the post?" So it just shows that most people really don't read.
So sometimes you want to see the picture.
Yeah, you just share.
Yeah.
So because you saw me in another country, so you thought that, oh yeah, they may finish traveling. But you didn't take time to read, okay, this was it. It was there. Everything was there 8 years ago. And the post now is a memory. People don't. The man called me and said, "Oh, welcome back. I saw you travel." So it just shows that clearly shows that most people don't read to understand in Liberia. Whatever they see on social,
sometimes they only get a glimpse of maybe the first
the
line,
first the headline.
Yeah, the headline. You don't want to read the entire story or the entire post to get to know what is happening.
No, they don't
start to share.
They don't. So once they see the first 2-3 words, they share. Oh yeah, let me share it quick. They don't pause to verify the information. So our Liberian people, my Liberian people, please, if you see an information online, don't be in haste to share it. Don't be in rush to share that information there. You need to stop first. You need to pause to understand the information. From there, we urging you, we asking you to reflect. You think, you say, if I share that kind of information here, what kind of harm will it cause the country? What kind of, how does it affect me? How does it affect the country? By extension, Liberia, That what you doing now? Because you see in that post there, you're not even rush to share, you're reflecting now. Then, because they get some posts now when you share it, what can happen? People can panic. But say, and let me also tell the public that, another reason why people can share information on social media without verifying, posts that can make people feel happy or excited or sad
Mhm.
or anxious, you know, those posts can cause people to share information fast. So we are saying don't allow your emotions to take over you to share
Is it is it
information.
is it is it about the likes, the share, the comments that people usually do that, or sometimes they just have motive about doing
I
some of
won't
the
be the
things.
first to share the
Mm,
information.
mm,
Yeah, that people want to get that kind of gratification. Oh, I was the one who shared that
mm,
information. Oh, and you saw it from my page.
mm,
Yeah,
mm.
yeah, yeah. That kind of thing. No. And before you look, the danger hmm, is incredible. Because before you can even go back to delete the post, it has gone viral.
Yeah.
Most people have seen it. People are panicking. Yeah, so we don't want you to just see a post on social media and just share it. The first thing you do, you stop to understand the post. You reflect to know the harm this will cause on the country, yourself, your family. And the last thing you do is to make sure that information that is true. The both people can call it verify.
Mhm.
I want you checking the information now. You can check that information through fact-checking organizations. You know there are fact-checking organizations in Liberia. You got local voices, you got stage media, and you have campaigners against misinformation and disinformation. These fact-checking organizations produce reports. You can verify such an information through the reports they produce. Besides, you can also verify from reliable and credible news outlets.
Mhm.
For example, OKFM. And let me thank OKFM for being reliable in 2024. You have been reporting credible information, reliable information, informing the public, entertaining the public, and educating the public. This is commendable. Thank you, OKFM family.
Thank you.
So, reliable and credible news outlets is another form is another means through which you can verify information, and also you can verify information using expert report. You know, they got many expert reporting like bro. We got World Bank, we got WHO. You know, those are people who dealing with health issues. You know, they reported. They can report on different health emergency in Africa or in Liberia. So you can verify from those expert reports instead of just rushing or being the first to share. No, I always say that nobody is giving you any price to share information. You need to be responsible to verify and make sure the information you post is correct before you can run with it. Yes,
Okay.
Joseph.
Now, the 2024 had a lot of things. We had transition, a new government coming into play. We had the opposition, trying to show that they are still strong, and all of those things happening from the protest that we've seen. Now, some of those photos shared on social media were taken from different places you just mentioned that were actually maybe intended to show that this is actually happening in Liberia. So, as maybe someone who is strolling on social media, you come across a post. I just want you to give more information as to how to verify. For example, you see this photo poster of someone bleeding, and the caption says that it was during the protest held at the Capitol. What can you do? Maybe you don't want to maybe wait for local voices or stage media or the campaigners against misinformation. Usually, you guys come up with report maybe the following day after an event. What can you do to help yourself in verifying such information?
Thank you, Joseph. And that is very cardinal because before you wait
Mm-hmm.
until the report comes,
Mm-hmm.
the information has gone viral.
Yeah.
People are because when the false information can spread faster. But when you bring the right information, it can reach all the
Oh yeah.
people that saw the false information.
Yeah.
So you see, that's a challenge in the work we do. So you see, false information, my people, false information can undermine peace, it undermines democracy, it undermines governance, it undermines development. That's why we can joke with false information in a country. We gotta be very, 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 very critical on how we approach information, on how we consume information. Now, you ask a very important question, Joseph. Now, what you can do, because that's what we at Campaigners Against Misinformation and Disinformation are really doing. We are empowering citizens to verify information themselves.
Mhm.
Yes, because we can't be waiting for the report. You yourself too, you can take responsibility and verify the information. That's what we have been doing. Since we got established, we've been doing that. Now, here's what you can do regarding that protest that took place
Mhm.
on December 17th. What you can do when you saw all the images name, there's a software online. They call it Google Reverse Image Search. Free. and when you can pay money for it. Google reverse image search can help you verify if the particular image you see, when that image, when they took that image there,
When it was
and
first uploaded to the
exactly,
internet.
and then at what, which kind of event or what happened, what kind of protest was happening when they took that image. Google reverse image search can help you. So that one there, I wish OKFM had set up yet where we can just show the people, the process going on.
Maybe we could do it next time.
Yeah, but
You
they
know,
call it
that-
Google reverse image search. That one there can help you, right? So it can help you. The first thing you do is to download the photo. When you download the photo, you go to Google. You just say google.com. Then the side the search box, there's a camera icon, small camera icon. You click that one. When you click that icon there, then it will ask you to upload the image. Then you upload the image. When you upload the image, then it will ask you find image source. Now what you will do now, that when you will press that one, when you say find image source, when you press that one now, it will bring all the time that photo appear on the internet. Whether it were in Liberia, it will tell you.
So sometimes it has been posted more than 5 times.
Yeah.
You see everything.
You will see it. So how to verify it for yourself. Instead of you waiting for maybe a day or two for the report to come, you yourself can take the initiative. Say no, the kind of information I can get believe it or not. Yeah, we saw people with blood stains on the shirt, on their head, and all the kind of thing. That people claiming that people were killed. No, you yourself can take that initiative. So that what you can do, that application is very powerful. Google reverse image search can help you. Yeah.
And sometimes during the protests, you hear people say like live shots are fired, and the police will come up and say it was actually just tear gas canister because it usually makes sounds similar to that of a gunshot. Do you think the police should be explaining more about some of those issues in order to help citizens understand that as soon as you hear canister, it doesn't mean it's a gun?
Exactly. So you see doubt when people don't have the right information, it can help to spread false information too. So the police too, I heard on EFBC now they get one program there to inform the public on the activities of the police. So it should not just be on EFBC. It should be on OKFM too. Bring on other radios because not everybody can listen to one station. People can listen to different stations. So when you like, because the thing is we have many radio stations now. People listen to different radio stations. So have those programs so that people are enlightened. Okay, when you see at this point when there's a protest ongoing, this is what we can do. If you hear this sound, it doesn't mean we are using live rounds, but this is how it sounds similar. So provide clarification so that people understand. But when people don't understand when they hear anything, people in like bro, most people are traumatized. Somebody was telling me say firecracker and all can turn it off. Yeah, Christmas when we just had during the celebration there were firecrackers all around. So somebody was saying, we are already traumatized. You people should stop. So you see, people need clarification on things. So the police, please have your police reports on radio stations. OKFM is here. OKFM has a very huge audience so that people are enlightened on the police operations.
Okay, so now let's turn to people who have greater responsibility. For example, officials of government, they have huge followings. You have a lot of people following some of those people, but some of the information they share turn out not to be true. What could be done in that case, or what should they be doing in order to protect the public from falsehood? So, because, for example, the issue you mentioned about Liberia acquiring 500 million, it was shared by some public officials, and they are very much popular, and people would tend to believe what they say.
Well, so the issue of information verification is very cardinal. Now, we have to reach a stage where we don't provide information for people to celebrate us. You understand, Joseph? We don't provide information for people to think that we are doing very well. We need to provide factual information. We need to cross-check our information. Because sometimes when you see such a post, what message does it send to anyone? That, the government, the government has won this amount. So it should not be a situation where people, when we put out this, people celebrate or people will say, in less than 1 year, this is what has happened. So all government ministers and officials, kindly, if you come across an information, kindly cross-check the information. Make sure the information you put out there is correct. Instead of you just, focus on, yeah, let people celebrate us, let people clap for us. No, that kind of thing, then when you do it, you share wrong information. So your main goal should be, we should share factual information so that the public is informed, and then the public can make informed decisions, not to share anything. Then when you come out now, bring the right information, then you are shocked.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now your institution, do you anyway work with the institutions of government? Are you collaborating in ensuring to combat mis and disinformation, and how effective is that?
Yes, Joseph. So over the period, we've worked with different groups. We've worked with TV professionals. We've worked with journalists. We've worked with students. We've worked with people with disabilities. They are so dear to us because, like, bro, most people just push them away. They say they don't have anything to contribute. We have not worked with ministries and agencies of government. We intend to do that, but Joseph, this requires support. All of what we've done over the period, we have not had any donor support.
Mhm.
The reason we do this is because of Liberia. The peace that we are trying to protect is because of all of us. Anything happens, anything goes wrong here now, Joseph, you will not be sitting on this radio.
Yeah.
None of us will be hearing here. So we need to be able to protect the peace that we have now. We need to be able to make sure we maintain the integrity of the information landscape so that bad actors cannot, pollute the information landscape with false information. Because information is the currency of democracy. That's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joseph.
And when manipulated is dangerous.
Yes, it is. It can cause big problems. Yeah, so we gotta be very careful on the information we put out. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's go to the what uh are you working on as an organization? So what would be your priorities in combating misinformation in 2025?
Now, 2025.
Because things won't be getting easy.
Yeah. You see, artificial intelligence now making it even harder to verify information. Yeah. Most people can say seeing is believing. But let me tell you, my Liberian people, in the age of false information, we got to be very careful about trusting what we see. Because, this time they get artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence can make information look real. Another one that happened in 2024, former President they say he has an app now that is improving the lives of Liberians. AI content. Yeah, and they use prominent journalists. People who, when we see, we say, oh yeah, we believe that man can be on radio, he can be on television. So that's why bad actors can do. They will say, let's use trusted voices. When people see the people talking or reporting, they say, oh, but that's you. That's why they need for more awareness, more training on artificial intelligence, on how artificial intelligence promotes the spread of false information. It's very important. So we intend to focus on that. Have more awareness and more training. The media literacy awareness campaign we carry out in 2024, we intend to continue that in 2025 also. We intend to organize trainings on artificial intelligence. We also intend to bring in the expertise of other international colleagues, those who are also combating false information in the region, in the African region, so that they can share their own expertise on how we can all combat false information. Yeah, we can learn from them. They can learn from us.
That's what it definitely sounds like a collective effort.
Yes, because it's not just one person can do that thing.
So let me bring your attention to this. Talking about artificial intelligence, the press secretary Kula Fafana page is highlighted, which means she's verified. But this information was posted, was shared. People claim that it was screenshot from her page. It says the government is not responsible for how you planned your life from January to December. Besides, all of us are not Christians, so why complain about Christmas being hard? JMB will face it next year, please. So this was screenshot, and posted. But she came back after it was shared widely. People were criticizing. This is what she said. Let me go to it quickly. This was what she posted on her page, and let me get to it. And she said, okay. She said, very poor job at photoshopping. No, let me get to the first. Okay, this was the first reaction. She says, very cheap propaganda. Your try hard next time. I owe up to what I write. Will never write such a crap. My Christmas, okay, on your, okay. So she was just saying that it is not her doing. Then later on, she came back to provide clarity on it. She says, very poor job at photoshopping. Who will post such and still have the cursor blinking, plus the red editing pen mark? You're too fishy. How will 99 people comment, 77 people react, but no one can say they actually saw the post and commented? Only screenshots going around. How come of the 99 plus people, everyone has the exact same screenshots? So that only one person phone could do screenshot for the whole of 80 minutes? Is it possible that this could have been work of AI?
Well, I don't I don't want to link that to AI, but I want to link that photo was cropped.
Okay.
Because if you look at because what it did was they said if we just take any other account and we don't have a verified check mark, it means that people can distinguish that, oh yeah, they account and have correct account. So what it did was they cropped the original verified. Then somebody went on another page, posted that information, took a screenshot, and then took a screenshot of the comment section and presented it as Kula Fofana's post.
Because when you notice the picture, you see the code,
Yeah.
the code in. So actually, you can verify this is fake.
Of course.
But and it has been shared widely on social media. A lot of people have.
That's why we have to be critical. Look at the information. Don't just see the information you rush to share. Analyze the information too. Okay, yeah, go and verify on Kula's page. Yeah, all of those things. They are techniques. Another way to spot false information too. Many errors. But you bloggers know they're ready. So now when you see grammatical error, they say you gotta be skeptical. The information here with many errors is one sign too that most of the time that information are not correct information. Information that does not have references. You can point to where they got the information from. Be skeptical. Yeah, those kind of thing false information that don't just share it. It got clickbait. When you see the headline, then the headline can encourage you to share it. So now when you see some headline, then you can get,
And just about the issue we're talking about verifying, others only saw the screenshot and some people sharing. They too, they started to share.
Yeah, they just started going.
They started going.
Yeah. So we gotta analyze the information too. Don't just rush to share anything. Yeah, you got a very big work to do. Yeah.
Okay, this is the OK Morning Rush on OK FM 99.5. My name is Joseph Daniels. I have with me Taweh Johnson. He is the Executive Director of the Campaigners Against Mis and Disinformation in Liberia. So let's take few calls on 0777 700 995 0555 995 995. Let's hear you this morning. This person. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, sorry. You're live. Go ahead, please. Are you there?
I'm Clarence Pimabu calling from Ghana.
Yes, Clarence, let's hear you.
He's saying it right. This information sometimes causes trouble. Sometimes here we overlook it. You know why? Some of us have observed in Liberia, people have begun to love their individual political parties in their country. Okay? This was all the falsehood information. Somebody, no matter what happens, even no matter how they are doing their best, they have to put on the false information. They have to come to the country and saying that can be escaping. But this is my question to him. What would be his recommendation in terms of punishment from the government angle to those who do those things? Because sometimes one misinformation can occur even if we war in the country.
Okay, thank you. He got your question there. Sorry, let's take this one quickly. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Joseph. Compliments and good morning to the guest.
Yeah,
studio.
Thank you. I wish you the same. Go ahead, please.
Thanks. Jonathan Pelele here. Mine is not a question, just an appreciation and also a contribution to what is being discussed, because we know what misinformation can do, even in the media. And this is why we have to appreciate even the fast check program that you have there. Because I think that is also attached to the work that organization is doing. And so a lot of things happen, and you don't have the capacity to check on all of them. Like the recent riot at the Capitol building, for example, I think one or two media institutions and some individuals said live bullets were used. Live bullets were used. And these are things that people need to check into. If that was true, if there were some people who really sustained injury from live bullets, then that can be reported and condemned. Or if that was never used, then institutions that reported that should apologize to the nation that we made an error by saying that live bullets were used, because tear gas canister can stand a live bullet. So if somebody hears that and just conclude that live bullets were used, and it is reported widely and there is no follow-up, and sometimes it hurts the society. So just wanted to appreciate this, and if there will be time later in the program, I will have my own interpretation of what the president is said to have said in Lofa.
We'll host Anderson so we'll get there. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for this, sir.
Thank you, Jonathan Pelele, family of the BBC. Let's take this one. Good morning.
Morning, Daniel.
Let's hear you quickly.
Good morning to your studio guest, Mr. Johnson. Daniel, I'm focused watching from the southeast. And I think, quite frankly, you have said it all. Look, it is also amazing that sometimes we see, even in an ordinary conversation, people are learning wild allegation, which basically sometimes make the image and the good character of an individual, which he or she is not actually part of. I want to say thank you to you and your institution, but I want to recommend to you, I'm from the Southeast, and then I'm always want to be very, when it comes to the aspect, to be originalistic. The Southeast is heavily challenged. Some of these information, some of the actions are very vital to the survivability of our people. So I want to recommend to you, even though it is an NGO, not be supported by government, but sometimes, at least in a week or a month, you take 2 or 1 time on ELBC to take your own time and speak to our people in the southeastern region, particularly rural area. Because even there are some information that people compromise. They say, well, hey, you're happy, and people you're talking, or they're just leaving. And some of this is it buttons on your future, your future character. So thank you for the time, and I appreciate him a lot.
Thank you as well. Let's take another one here. Good morning. Let's hear you. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
My name is James. I'm calling from Rehab.
I didn't get your name clearly.
Yes, James Tano, and I'm calling from Rehab.
Let's hear you, James.
Yeah, I want to say thank you so much to the guests in studio, and thanks to the fast checker. You guys been doing well, and I hope 2025 be different, because for me personally, I noticed that most of the fast check was mostly about some other misinformation, but there are misinformation from government that were not verified by the fast checker. So I think 2025.
Which information?
We should also see government.
Give some examples.
One example is the issue of the scholarship from the foreign ministry up to now. Your fast check will now come and tell us that yes, this information from the foreign ministry about the scholarship is real or is fake. Not at all. That's one example. There are many. So we are calling on you to at least improve on 2025, so it will be all across the board.
I'll respond to that and just keep listening, okay? Okay, so this person says, please try to also train those people who carry camera and pretend to be journalists and going around giving false information. This person says, and this one is from Roosevelt Krumah, and Loki Samolu says, this is the most important show I have ever listened to in this entire year, because the story this morning is highly educative on information distribution information. Okay, got that. Let's take more calls. Good morning.
that Daniel?
Yes, you are live. Go ahead, please.
My name is Jacob M. Quay. I've been coming from the video you are live.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me appreciate the veteran studio this morning. My declaration and the clarity of the public misinformation, disinformation. And I believe that coming on the show this morning to educate with the Liberia people, I believe that. And for the example that you gave, how to give information on social media, I believe that a lot of people have already been educated. Thank you so much for the time for me.
Okay, thank you as well. This person, let's hear you. Good morning.
Daniel, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. Let me say good morning to your director. I'm here in Monrovia, and my name is Nicholas. So I think your short here is doing extremely well. Institution, fact checking institution, and to collaborate with the institution in making sure that the information that our people listen to are the right information. You know, he said something from the initial stage when he was beginning his conversation. And I experienced that he traveled. And it was like after 8 years, Facebook started to mark in that memory. It even happened to me as well. Yeah, sure. So, Facebook would normally bring something where you posted, many years ago, then they bring it back. So that happened. So then I just went and I asked Facebook for that memory to me. Then I just went and said, thank God I am now where I used to be. And I thank God that I am now where I want to be at the moment. So somebody just called me too and said, man, thank you, welcome to the country. So there was the first time that I ever wrote, so I was just saying thank God to the Nigerian. So they did not even understand that particular.
Okay.
Right, so his institution is doing extremely well, actually, because and that's why I'm very careful when I see information. I just don't just run with it. I make sure that I study that information very carefully. And the app that he talked about, I think I'm going to download it too also for the photo.
Yeah, you should do that. You should do that. Okay. Let's take two or three more, then we go to our guest. This person, let's hear you. Okay, we lost you there. I don't know why. Good morning, let's hear you.
Good morning, Daniel.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
And cancer in studio, I'm Stephen Ganon. I come from the GMB and Executive Director Liberia Foundation. Sometimes we really love to follow the check fact, the fact check people, they really doing well in terms of helping the society. But I observe that politics are when our intelligent interest of analyzing those information that we receive. Because at times, even the fact checker, they are being accused on, even the very review that, they need to check the fact checker. And I don't know at what level they want the fact checker. Fact checker, they don't produce their own information. Okay? They don't produce their own information. They only kind of check what you provide to the public. So that is why you see sometimes I have problem with some of the journalists who listen to President speak in a very hard tender way. President Walker speak every day from Jama. I mean, I've seen a lot of media outlets taking it out of the context and asking the president to come back and repeat himself. I mean, at some level, we expect our leader to speak on a very hard tender level.
Okay.
But
high standard level. Thank you.
Media institutions presenting it, I hate to say, they were speaking. I mean, it's very shocking.
Okay, let's hold you there and take one more. Go back to Taweh. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm Thomas Double calling you from Johnson Street to this festival to Noah Community.
Go ahead,
I
please.
listen to your show, and really when it comes to information on the social media, even other places in the community, and personally in that period is being controlled or heavily being by politics, and this is what bringing problems to our country. People who look at things that they know that when they post it on the social media, it's going to tarnish the reputation of the country but because probably they are not part of that government or they are not in favor of that government or that individual in the community, they will do so.
Okay.
Forgetting to know that when you do it, it's going to reflect bad image on the country. I don't think we should be behaving that way. And it takes me back. I don't do I'm not a journalist, or I don't do journalism, but I don't think we should have institution, the radio station that is purely being supported by government, or they are just there to support government, that they don't, a particular government, that when other government does wrong, they say nothing, by for it. I don't think it is true. They are, you people are the ones to educate us in the community.
Okay.
But when we see a radio station is only there to promote a particular group of people, whether good or bad, they don't do any education. I've just give on a single radio station, and my radio station of the year is OKFM.
Thank you.
Today, the topic you just saw, you made your analysis on Joseph Bokai, and tomorrow you do another analysis on the opposition and so forth. I think that's how things should be. That was try to move the world forward.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Everybody will not agree, but we just try to do what we can do. Taweh, listen to the colors.
Yes, Joseph, I listen to the colors, and let me appreciate all the colors. Thank you. We appreciate your commendation. We take your recommendation into consideration. Now, one of the callers mentioned that what's our recommendation to government to punish people who spread false information? Well, caller, the recommendation now is to provide more training and awareness. We don't want to punish people yet. So what we need to do is to provide more training and awareness so that citizens are enlightened on the danger of false information in Liberia and how they themselves can verify information and make sure the information is true. Now, before I go, Joseph, let me just inform the public on the two words: misinformation, disinformation. People can listen to it, but they not know what it means. So misinformation is a false information that does not have an intent to harm. Disinformation is also a false information, but it has an intent to harm. So that's just the difference there. Two of them are false information, but one, misinformation, is not there to cause harm. Disinformation, you know that the information are not true, but you still go ahead and give it. Thank you, Joseph, for inviting campaigners against misinformation and disinformation to this year-end edition of looking at all of the false information in the country in 2024. We appreciate OKFM for the support in 2024. We look forward to more deeper collaboration in 2025. And thank you, Joseph, for always being with campaigners against misinformation and disinformation and enlightening the public too on the danger of false information. We are grateful. Merry Christmas again to all Liberians. We wish you a fruitful 2025. Thank you.
Okay, he is Taweh Johnson, the head of the campaigners against misinformation here in Liberia. With me, Joseph Daniels on the OK Morning Rush review this morning. Let's take this break quickly.